Basketball fans, welcome into NBA Now from Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jimmy Crowther, breaking down all the latest NBA news from the Orlando bubble. But before we get into it, I want to see if you're really ready for the season to start because we got real, actual basketball happening this week on Thursday. So if you're ready for the restart of the NBA season like I am and like I know so many of you are, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and give us a like on this video. Now, one guy who's not ready for the restart of the NBA season is Lou Williams because he's been busy doing other things. He admitted to attending a strip club, or as they like to call it, a gentleman's club in Atlanta while he was supposed to be attending a funeral for a family member over the weekend. He decided, no, I'm going to go have a good time. Now, he did say he was just going to get some food, but, I'll believe that when I see it. And now he's being forced to serve a 10-day quarantine while in Orlando for breaking that protocol. Now, Lou Williams this year is his typical sixth man of the year self, 18.7 points per game, over 5 assists, over 3 rebounds, shooting better than 36% from 3. But now the Clippers are going to miss him for the first 2 games of the restart of the season because he decided he wanted to go out of his way and go somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. The NBA said, hey, you can go to this funeral. We totally get that. You can leave the bubble and come back. Just make sure you're posting your test and you're getting negative tests 4 days in a row. As long as you're doing that, you can play. Well, no, he decided to take a little detour and do something else. So the Clippers, again, they're going to be missing one of their star guys. And the reason this is so important is because Lou Williams plays in crunch time. Now, he's not in the starting 5 because they like him coming off the bench with Montrezl Harrell. But when it comes down to it and it's a 5-point game and you need your best players in, they're going to go Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Montrezl Harrell in that lineup during crunch time. So, really, this is just stupid. This is just a stupid move on Lou Williams' part. That is the one word I have for him, is stupid. So I want you to do this right now. I want you to scroll down and reply to the pinned comment and tell me your one-word reaction to Lou Williams doing what he did. So you're probably going to get hit with an ad break. That's a perfect time to go ahead and put your reaction down in the comment section. Now, Tom Thibodeau is back in the NBA with the New York Knicks. Well, I guess not for a little while because the Knicks aren't in the bubble, but that's okay. He agreed to a 5-year deal with New York to become their brand new head coach. Of course, we all remember the days of Tom Thibodeau with the Chicago Bulls and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And when he was with those teams, he was really criticized for being kind of an out-of-date coach and overplaying his players and focusing so much on defense and not so much on the offensive end. But the Knicks feel that he's ready to come back and lead this team back to the NBA playoffs, which is really important for New York because, frankly, this team sucked. They were hot garbage this past year. They were 25th in the league with 21 wins. Their win percentage was at .318, not good at all, also down at 25th. They were second to last in points per game scored at 105.8 points per game, and they were losing their games by a wide margin at 6.5 points on average. So you bring Tibbs in, and he's a good defensive-minded guy, but, man, this Knicks team really needs some offense. As second to last in points per game, you're not scoring the ball. It doesn't matter how good a defense you're playing. You can't score the ball. It really doesn't matter. This team's still going to suck. So, I think it's a good hire. I think it's a solid hire. I know the New York Knicks were also looking at 2 other guys in Jamal Mosley and Will Hardy. Will Hardy is the Spurs assistant coach, and we all know that Greg Popovich tree of coaches is a deep one. But also Rick Carlisle's tree of coaches is good. Jamal Mosley, a Mavs assistant who a lot of the Mavs players are very fond of, was very strongly considered by the New York Knicks, but they ended up giving the guy, Tom Thibodeau, a 5-year deal. And there was another guy, Mike Miller, was the interim head coach for the Knicks that a lot of players respected, but they decided, we're going to go with the guy who's proven a little bit more in the regular season, and that was Tom Thibodeau. Now, when you look at his resume and what he's done in his time as a head coach, with the Chicago Bulls, those were his glory days. From 2010 to 2015, really more so in that 2013-2014 season. He went 255 and 139, a really solid win percentage there. But then he goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves. You've got Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Jimmy Butler. And he goes 97 and 107. Loses a lot more games than he's winning. Jimmy Butler didn't like the way he was coaching. He demanded a trade. That's why he got out of there and went to Philadelphia. So a lot of bad chemistry issues there with your head coach. But since then, with the Chicago Bulls as well, he had 6 playoff appearances, and he led that Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah team to the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals. So Tibbs has done a lot of good in his day, but the NBA is continuing to change. So there's definitely room for improvement. So I'm going to ask you guys, ask the NBA fans, and if our Knicks fans are watching, was Tom Thibodeau the right hire? Type Y for yes and type N for no. I think there were a lot of good options out there. I like Jamal Mosley of the Dallas Mavericks. Will Hardy was a really solid option. I liked Mike Miller even a lot as an interim head coach, but I'm not going to say this is the wrong decision yet, but I think I would have leaned somewhere else other than Tom Thibodeau. Now, the NBA is doing this whole bubble thing right. They're getting basketball back. We're going to be playing some real games, and hopefully we'll crown a champion at the end. But one of the most important ways that they're doing this is by wearing those face masks. So you can go to chatsports.com/NBA mask and pick out your favorite team mask. Get all the team-themed face coverings today to keep yourself safe and healthy. Make sure we get sports back, and you can do your part by wearing one of these masks. And you can even rep your favorite team while you do it. So again, that's chatsports.com/NBA mask. You can get 1, 2, 3, or 4. Most bang for your buck. Go ahead and pick up 4. Now let's talk about Bol Bol of the Denver Nuggets, because everybody in the world is talking about Bol Bol, and I'm jumping on the hype train because this kid in his first 2 games, his first 2 scrimmages with the Nuggets, has been incredible. He started most of the games because the Nuggets are very limited. They don't have many of their players in the bubble right now, and he's been playing alongside Nikola Jokic in big-time minutes, too. When you look at those first 2 games, his numbers have been very, very impressive. His first game against the Washington Wizards, 16 points and 10 rebounds. He had a double-double, but 6 blocked shots to go along with 2 3-pointers made. Now, he played 32 minutes that game. That's not going to be a normal thing for Bol Bol when the season gets going, but we saw him again get consistent minutes against the Pelicans in that second scrimmage, in which he scored 15 points. Didn't pull down as many rebounds as you'd like a guy who's 7'2" to do, but he also blocked 2 shots and knocked down again 2 3-pointers. Now, Bol Bol this year in the G League, the numbers weren't that impressive, but the problem was he didn't play that many G League games. He scored 12 points and 5.5 rebounds. He was still blocking shots at a consistent rate and knocking down his 3-pointers at a consistent rate. But now you see what he's doing in these scrimmages, and the Nuggets hope that can carry over to the real games, and not just the real games this year, but for many, many years to come, because this Nuggets core is so young. And really, it's not just about winning this year. It's about winning for years to come with Denver. You got Bol Bol, who's just 20 years old. MPJ, who still isn't in the bubble yet, but he's 22 years old, and he'll be back soon. Jamal Murray, your starting point guard, is 23. Nikola Jokic, your best player and all-NBA center, is 25 years old. And Gary Harris, who has definitely slipped a little bit this year, is also 25. So I am really just super excited about what I've seen from Bol Bol. I think he's going to be able to contribute to this team now and again for many, many years to come, as long as he can stay healthy. That will always be the one big asterisk next to Bol Bol's name, is if he can stay healthy. He's an all-star talent, but can he do it on a consistent basis? That is the biggest question. Now, Denver this year is primed for a deep playoff run. So NBA fans, I want you to make your prediction now. You can be the first to claim that you made the prediction right. How far will Nikola Jokic, Bol Bol, and Jamal Murray take the Denver Nuggets in the NBA playoffs? Make your prediction down in the comment section. Scroll on down and let me know what you guys think. Now, Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat has been one of the biggest surprises of the year to me. Now, but here's the thing, a bigger surprise. Miami's considering not giving him an extension past 2021. So he'll be a restricted free agent in the 2021 season. But the Miami Heat are thinking, we want to save some cap space and not give him his money, which I think would be a huge mistake, and I'll get into why here in just a second. Number one reason being, Bam Adebayo is definitely a most improved player candidate, but this 2021 free agent class is really, really solid. I mean, it kind of makes sense for them to save up money when you look at the guys that are going to be available. Giannis Antetokounmpo, going to be an unrestricted free agent. LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard both have player options along with Paul George, and Anthony Davis is also set to be a UFA. So if the Miami Heat, who has always been a destination team, can land one of these star players, maybe it makes sense not to give Bam his money. However, this year has been night and day compared to what he did last year. Last year, he was scoring 9 points per game, pulling down 7 rebounds, had about 2 assists per game. His field goal percentage was around 57%, pretty efficient. However, the Miami Heat had another big man named Hassan Whiteside who was clogging up the middle and wasn't giving Bam Adebayo his proper minutes. And then this year, he gets the full-time starting position. He's scoring 16 points per game, pulling down 11 rebounds, dishing out 5 assists, blocking more than 1 shot per game. And the Miami Heat sometimes will run the offense through him. He can make plays for his teammates from the 5 position. This kid's really special. In fact, I think he is one of, if not the, most improved player of the year. Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans has taken a huge step forward in his game. Luka Doncic has also taken it from an all-star, or from a rookie of the year level to an all-star level. Devontae Graham and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are 2 guards who I've seen major, major improvements from. But when you look at what Bam Adebayo has done this year, doubling his points per game, being able to run an offense, being able to block shots and play consistent defense, it's hard not to give him an extension through 2021. If I'm the Miami Heat, you have a young core of Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Derrick Jones Jr., Kendrick Nunn. Jimmy Butler is a veteran that can help this team win. I think you sign him to that extension and forget about the 2021 guys. Build on what you have right now if you're the Miami Heat. But if you're a Miami Heat fan, you can go get a Miami Heat face covering to keep yourself safe and healthy all this time. I know Miami, it's really bad down there, so you want to keep that face covered. But maybe you're not a Heat fan. Maybe you're a fan of any other team in the NBA. Chatsports.com/NBA mask has got you covered. You can get any team you want on your face today. Indiana Pacers, Los Angeles Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks, whatever you want. Chatsports.com/NBA mask. Make sure you go check them out. And thanks to our friends at Fanatics. Now let's talk about a guy who hasn't played in over 2 years, picked up a basketball, and made a difference on the court in these scrimmages for the Thunder. It's Andre Roberson. He played in the first 2 scrimmages, his first organized basketball in over 30 months. And really, the most impressive thing with Roberson, I'll talk about it here in a minute, is that he took a little bit of a step forward with his jump shot, which has always been the biggest question with him. He's always been a great defender, but he's never been able to produce a lick on offense. The last time we saw him healthy was in 2017-2018 before blowing out his knee. He scored 5 points per game, pulled down 5 rebounds. He's averaging about 1 steal, but that problem was the 22% from 3. Roberson could not shoot the basketball, but because his defense was so good, the Thunder had to keep him out on the floor. Now, NBA fans, if you've made it this far in the video, I want to give you a big thank you, a big pat on the back. And to say thank you, I want you to shout out your favorite team in the comment section below. Who are you cheering on as the bubble returns? Or maybe you're just a fan of one player. I know there's a lot of basketball fans like that. Shout out your favorite player. Shout out your favorite team. Go ahead, scroll on down to the comment section and do that because you've made it this far in the video. You deserve a little bit of a shout out. So let's keep talking to Andre Roberson here of the Oklahoma City Thunder. His first game back, first game in over 2 years. He comes in with about 11 minutes remaining in the second half, and he scores 5 points, pulls down 2 rebounds. He knocks down 1 3-pointer, goes 1 of 2 there, and he also blocked a shot. But then the better game was when he played against the Philadelphia 76ers, and he came in really, really clutch for this Thunder team, scored 6 points, 6 rebounds, a really good rebounding performance for him. Blocked a shot, had 2 steals, and he also, again, knocked down 2 3-pointers, went 2 of 2, and both of those threes came in crunch time. So if this Andre Roberson can continue to shoot the ball well and play really elite defense, there's a chance he sneaks back into the starting 5 for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, right now they've got Luguentz Dort in there, and I think he still deserves that spot. He started 21 games this year. He stepped in when Terrence Ferguson got hurt in the regular season. But you can also look at guys like the rookie Darius Baisley or Hamidou Diallo have started a couple times. But really, I think it comes down to either Dort or Andre Roberson. And if Roberson's fully healthy and he's playing elite defense that can guard those wings like a LeBron James, a PG, a Kawhi Leonard, he's got a good argument for that starting 5 position. So excited to have Andre Roberson back. A big congrats to him for coming back after such a terrible injury. NBA fans, thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. Make sure you've subscribed, you've hit that notification bell, and you give this video a like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.